suffer quietly, endure everything, and save him with your sacrifice. Or the be strong woman, boss up, never cry, do it all yourself. But nobody tells you that both will cost you your identity. I tried to be both, and I nearly lost myself. If you're tired of being strong and silent, this one's for you. We have been trained by church culture, by hustle culture, by generational conditioning to perform instead of feel, to uphold two impossible standards. Be a virtuous woman, docile, sacrificial, or sacrificial, full of grace, no matter the abuse. Be the strong woman, self-reliant, emotionless, high-achieving, and alone. These two roles are praised in different arenas. Both steal your softness, your power, your voice, and your ability to live fully as a whole woman. Today, I'm going to not just be talking about theory. I'm telling my truth because somebody out there is still trying to hold it all together, calling it strength, but it's slowly breaking you down. This is how I played both roles and I was burned out. I was married and I was told by other women, by the church, by culture, that a virtuous woman saves her husband. That if I prayed hard and harder, submitted more, stayed silent, stayed sweet, God would fix all of it. Even when there was mistreatment, even when there was emotional neglect, even when I was shrinking myself every day just to make peace. They said, be patient, be meek. A wise woman builds her house. But nobody told me that a wise woman also leaves when her soul is dying. Nobody told me that. And I know nobody told you that. I wore pain like it was my purpose. That's not virtue. That's not being a virtuous woman. That only slows your spiritual death. That's all it does. The second thing was being a strong woman. When I left that behind, I swung to the other side. Swung all the way to the other side, all right? I became a strong woman. I built businesses. I held my family down. I never cried in public. I said, I don't need anybody. I wore independence like armor. And I was praised for it. But I was emotionally constipated. And I was spiritually numb. The world applauded me. They applauded me. They applauded me. And the world applauds women who work through their wounds, don't get help for their wounds, and just bleed all over everybody. But it doesn't check on the woman who's bleeding behind her brilliance. I didn't just lose my voice, I lost my femininity. Not the makeup, not the clothes, but the softness, the surrender, the part of me that felt safe in being held, loved, and known. I'll let that sit there for a minute. Yeah. Here are 8 signs that you're performing and not living. For so many years, I performed. I'm telling you, I was in a marriage for 15, another 8 years, same thing, and then 28 in religion, right? So I was performing all those roles. I was performing. Had no idea. But here's 8 signs that you're performing and not living. Here's how you know. 1, you never cry, even when you need to. 2, you always justified mistreatment with a scripture or strength. 3, you pride yourself in doing everything alone. I can do that all by myself. I did it. 4, you confuse emotional numbness with peace. Yeah, that sounds familiar, right? 5, you feel guilty for needing rest, softness, and support. Even sadness. You feel guilty for being sad, crying, being upset. You feel guilty. You call chaos being busy. You love saying, I'm busy. You love saying, oh, I forgot all about you because I was busy. All of that great stuff. We love doing all of that. We're not saying those things, right? 7, you mimic other women instead of being who you are. Don't we have a lot of that going on now? 8, you don't know who you are outside of being useful. If you're not busy for the day, all of a sudden you step outside of yourself and you be like, what do I do now? Right? You don't know who you are. These are signs. Now, they are signs and not flaws. So just get that clear. They're signs. They're survival strategies. But survival is not the same as living. Survival is not the same as living. And it's definitely not healing. You're not here to save everyone. You're not here to prove your worth. You're not here to perform. You're not here to be the epitome of perfect strength. You see, the virtuous woman was never meant to suffer in silence. The strong woman was never meant to walk alone. You are allowed to be soft and bold. You're allowed to fall apart and still be powerful. You're allowed to be redefine womanhood on your own terms. Today I'm going to say to you, and say it to yourself, I will give you permission to stop performing and start becoming. There's not enough becoming in this world today. It's always performance or getting ready. The version of you is real. Which version of you is real? You are the most powerful one of all. You are. So if this hits home for you and hits you in your gut, don't just sit with it. Give me some heart. Show me that you love it. Give me a heart. Give me a thumbs up. I want to hear it. See it. Share this live with somebody. Tag somebody in this live you think that really needs to hear these things, because it's time out for performance. We all need to live. We don't need to fake strength. We need to reclaim our wholeness. We do. So remember, I'm saying all that to say this: be real, be relentless, and do it all on purpose. Bye for now.